Hello everyone, I'm Tamiko Robinson Steele. I am an actor and performance coach, and today I am partnering with Nashville Rep to share some tips and tricks on self-taping for theater. To get ready for this, I had a meeting of the minds with some directors as well as colleagues to see what has worked for them and what they'd like to see more of. It's important to know that the information I give you is by no means the gospel, because as you all know, our industry is ever changing and everybody has a preference. But hopefully you grab a few of these nuggets and apply them the next time you hit record. So, shall we begin? Let's start with the technical stuff. Things you will need: camera, lights, tripod, mic, and a solid background. Now, I'm aware that I listed off some things that you may not have, like a professional camera. That's okay. You can use your smartphone. If you don't have a tripod, you can use a stack of books. Just whatever you have, do the best you can. Don't be intimidated by this picture. It's a full-on professional setup. I don't even have that, nor is casting expecting you to have this. In all honesty, all they want is to be able to see and hear you clearly with nothing distracting them from your brilliant performance. These pictures show my current setup that I have at my house. As you can see, I don't have a super expensive camera, tripod, or even light setup. I'm currently using one light box because my dog chewed the cord to my other one. I have a very affordable tripod there with a little attachment to hold my phone. And I'm not using some big time camera, I'm just using my iPhone to film. We fully understand that not everyone has an ideal setup for filming, so if you have to, you can use your bathroom.
Hi, I'm Michael Robinson.
One thing to notice about this particular clip is the noise in the background. While we were filming this clip, we had a humidifier running and it is really loud. So that is another thing to look out for, friends. It's background noise. You want it to be as quiet as possible. Now, if your shower curtain has a busy print, just use a solid sheet or blanket. And you can also use your door. I want you to steer clear of. Please don't have anyone holding your phone or camera. It needs to be steady, no handheld. You want to make sure that they can see you, so be well lit. And if you don't have an external mic to pick up a more nuanced performance, adjust your volume. These next two shots are examples of what not to do. In this first one, you see that he is backlit, and so the light is just spilling everywhere and not directed on his face. And also, the camera is handheld, so it's moving. The next shot is a very busy background. You want to steer clear of a lot of clutter. Now, what we have here is me sort of just playing with the lights so you can see the specific types of light concentrations that work and the ones that may be problematic. I'm showing you this because you don't want the light box in the frame with you. This is showing you different placing of the lights so that you have as little shadow as possible. Framing. I don't know how to do it. Framing. Framing. Many of you may also tape for film, commercial, or television, where they typically ask for a medium close-up shot, like this. And usually, this is typically what they request for a film or television, which is, the top of your head to maybe your waist. The senses I've gotten from theater casting is that they like to see more of you. So let's aim for this medium long shot. Y'all, I am not talking about nothing in this clip, okay? I just wanted to show you the framing of a little above the head, maybe to like the thigh. Pulling back the camera can also show that you are physically fully connected to what you're saying. While we're here, a little tip: don't sit. I mean, unless you have a real life physical limitation or you're using that in your piece. But don't just sit for the sake of sitting, because then all of your energy goes into the chair. And they want your energy right here through the camera. Where do I look? A question of the times. Now, if you're used to auditioning for film and television via self-tape, you'll note that they have you looking off to the left or the right of the camera. For theater, you want to look directly into the lens. After asking several directors, this is widely preferred. In theater, that's where people go to connect. It makes them feel connected to you. They want to see the work that you're doing. I mean, as long as they can see your face completely, you should be all right. None of that deep profile stuff. You know, like that. You can't see me, right? Well, at least not for an extended period of time.
She said speak from aggression. And I've expelled all of it. I'm done. To speak to you from aggression would mean to speak to you like I care, and I don't.
This is just an example of an actor doing what actors do, you know? No, he's direct addressing to the camera and it's pulling us into the scene.
For a good little while, I refuse to dignify that. How dare you?
What to wear? Friends, be comfortable. Because when you look good, you feel good, okay? Or maybe you're supposed to look a mess. Whatever, you get what I'm saying. The majority of castings say to stay away from wearing a costume, but little hints at the character through the wardrobe can go over quite well. Wear something that is not restrictive, allows movement, something that complements you. Try to steer clear of busy patterns and prints and super bright colors like neon. Learn from me. What did I say? Learn from me. Y'all, what was I thinking with this dress and this hair? Lord, help me. So this is what I meant when I said don't wear anything super bright and distracting. I mean, it's practically glowing on my body. Now, the second thing is geared more towards a suggestion at a costume. Clip is a sort of period piece. So I just used a dress that I had in my closet to suggest at whatever that era was. And then this last one is a big no-no. So this is where I completely disregarded the written directions of not dressing in costume. They had specifically said, do not wear a costume. And I went against that. Needless to say, I did not receive a callback. Also, a quick note, these were auditions for film and not theater. So that's why I'm not looking directly into the camera. To slate or not to slate? That is the question. Okay, friends, from what I've gathered, slating is a big fat yes. Now, this may be controversial, but we came to this conclusion because slating may be the only time the people watching your audition actually see you. Everything else you do is the character you've chosen to portray via monologue or song. Your slate gives casting a peek at who you are, and it helps if they know your name. Now, when I say slate, I don't mean a rundown of the pieces you're doing or describing the scene in any way. Simply your name and maybe where you're based. 6 seconds max. After you slate, take a deep breath to transition and off to the races you go.
Hi, I'm Tamiko Robinson Steele.
Hi, my name is Gerald Oliver. I am based, taping, and will be living in Nashville in 2021.
Hello, my name is Tristan Andre Parks, and I am currently located in Nashville, Tennessee.
Tamiko Robinson Steele, 5'6". Hi, I'm Tamiko Robinson Steele. Hi, I'm Tamiko Robinson Steele. Performance time. Let's go. All right. Selecting a monologue. I know. Selecting a monologue is one of the hardest things an actor will ever have to do. If you find a monologue you like from a play, read the entire play. It'll give you context and help you with the construction of the character. Obviously, this only applies if it's from an actual play and not from a monologue book or, a random website. But know your material. Choose wisely because you want to come out of the gate strong. Know your material backward and forward until it's second nature. Actively listen, react, and make solid choices. Yeah, that's a lot. But all of that will fall into place if you have taken the time to prep. Preparation. Prepare. Pretty please, prep. Okay? You'll thank me later.
I turned 24 years old this past August. And that, I'm here to tell you, makes me a double miracle. The list of boys born black in this country who do not make the age of 24 is a very, 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 very long list.
Now, I chose this piece to showcase because you can tell right off the bat that this actor has prepared and knows who the character is that he's portraying.
The myth that says Leo terrorized the citizens of the land, and that his hide was so thick and strong it could not be pierced.
Are you still here? Great. Now, I know that last section was a lot of information tightly packed, but you can do it. I believe in you. While keeping all of that in mind, it's also not a bad idea to expect that casting may get hundreds of self-tapes, especially now during this time. But think of it like this. You're number 246 out of 350 tapes that have been submitted. They've been watching auditions for 4 days straight, all day. It's 10 p.m. on the 4th day, and now you're up. I think you want to be pretty spectacular, right? Mm-hmm.
When I was 5 and my sister Allie was 4, we were watching old black and white movies on television, and my mother walked into the room. She turned off the TV and she said, "Ladies, what would you like to be when you grow up?" "Mommy, me first? Oh, Mommy, I want to be Lassie."
As you can see, this piece was a lot of fun and exciting right out of the gate. I'm not showing this to you because it's perfection. It's flawed throughout, but it was fun and, just kind of an electrifying energy. And also it is a piece that is not widely known or probably widely performed. And so it was a pretty solid option as far as using it to audition.
"I want to be the happy Negro maid, Mommy. Oh, Mommy, I'll be in charge of everything, especially the 6-foot-long freezer, and I'll thaw all the turkeys, and I'll bake them up and serve them out on the veranda to the Colonel and to my sister Shirley Temple." You cannot be Lassie, you cannot be Shirley Temple, and you will not be a maid. Now y'all go outside and think about what I just said. And stop that barking.
This was a theater audition, and as you can see, when I opened up, I was direct addressing to the camera. But as it went on, there are other characters in the room, and so my eye line sort of floated a little bit to these other characters. But I did start off direct addressing to my audience, the lens. Here are a couple of things you may want to consider before selecting your monologue or song. What shows are they doing that season? Will your piece help them envision you on their stage? What are your strengths as an actor? Does the work you've chosen reflect that? I spoke with a director who preferred that actors stay away from overdone pieces. She said 9 times out of 10, they've probably already seen a full production and fully flushed out version. And if you choose to do it anyway, you better be the best they have ever seen. Challenge. In the audition file you submit to casting, there should only be a few things, unless they've specifically asked for something else. In the file, it should be your slate, monologue, song, and/or dance audition. Your headshot should not be attached to that video file. You will send along a copy of your headshot and resume with your audition, but separately. Oh, another tip. Please don't send along any clips of you performing in another show or some other type of performance. Don't send it unless they specifically say it's okay or request it. Got it? Piggybacking off of that, do not send just a link to your website. And also, don't post a public audition video. So if you have to post it to YouTube, make it an unlisted video so that only the person with the link will be able to view. Naming your files. You are sending these files out into the ether. So please, please, please label each file with your name. Your name should be somewhere on that file. Here are a couple of examples. Tamiko headshot, Tamiko resume, Tamiko audition. As you see here, I have named my files with my first and last name, as well as what it is, headshot, audition, callback. You don't want to just have your first name and there may be 14 Marys at that audition. So you want to be very specific in how you name these files. Or per their specific instructions. And read and reread and then reread again the directions and breakdowns that they provide. Sometimes if you skip this step, they will skip right over you. By doing so, you are helping in what is likely a very overwhelming process for that office. Trust me, casting will thank you forever. Last, but certainly not least, have fun. I mean it, have fun. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. I hope that what we've shared today will help you in some way. Here's to seeing all of you really soon in the flesh. Bye now.